What up, gang? Peace. It's your boy Darius the Great from the Dichotomy Podcast. And I just wanted to get into a few things. You know, the Dichotomy Podcast represents duality in life. I feel like no one is all good, no one is all bad. Sometimes we have conflicting views. Sometimes we have contradictions about ourselves. So on this platform, we want to allow everyone to express themselves without being filtered, without being censored. But at the same time, we want you to know this. The views and opinions of some of our guests does not personally reflect us at the Dichotomy. We're just a platform for them to express their views. And some of the people that have come on our show express their views, some controversial, some kind of harsh and abrasive, we actually disagree with, we don't agree with. But we're not here to censor anybody either. You know what I mean? We're not here to censor anybody or tell them they're wrong for feeling the way they feel. We respect their feelings and respect their opinions, but we could also agree to disagree in a harmonious manner. So with that being said, enjoy the show. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Darius the Great back for a special episode of the Dichotomy Podcast. As you can see, this is not our usual setting right here, but we're doing something different. It's kind of major because we out Riverdale, man. We have Riverdale Day, courtesy of my man, Good Montana Stacks, man. You know what I'm saying? Backstreet News Podcast. So, you know, every time I do a podcast with a major person we bring in, I always bring a local podcast with me to build up with me. You know what I'm saying? This is my homie. I've been knowing him for over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Down there. And the crazy thing about it is our hoods used to beef. You know what I'm saying? He never was in the beef for real. But our hoods used to beef. And we were just talking to my man JB about how, you know, I think when Kenny moved around there and Terrence, we kind of just all, and we had the band, we started clicking. And it was like, this is a monumental thing that we here today. We got, of course, my beautiful co-host, Miss Farnese Bratton, and then a special guest, man, my good man, Smart Guy NYC. What's up, bro?
Chilling. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. So
loving it. The weather, you know. Get out of the city for a little minute.
Nah, for real. This the country to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you know, it's nice though. Like, you know what I mean? You can breathe, you know.
Yeah.
Less buildings and, you know, gas. So once we got pulled in, I was like, wow.
Took it all in.
Yeah. It was nice. For sure. I was just like, damn, you know, 'cause New York is always so like condensed. So it's just cool, like not hear nothing. You know, so like that right there.
Yeah.
Like that little whatever that is.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
And I'm the motherfucker total opposite. I love that shit. I'm up that motherfucker. Man, niggas think I live in New York. I'm up that motherfucker up there. Yeah, I'm up there like 3-4 times a month. You know what I mean? Shout out to my folks, man. Newkirk, Flatbush, East Flatbush, Brooklyn. So yeah, I met you, man, like a month or two ago. I knew who you were. I met you at the Penthouse. And we linked. You know what I'm saying? You gave me your number and everything. Tell us, man, you from Harlem. And you grew up in Harlem your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, but I bounced around, you know, in and out of the system. You know what I mean? Then, you know, you hustling, you going out of town, we moving. So, you know, from then to now, it was like a blur.
Yeah.
But grew up in Harlem, but I was always moving, doing shit outside of Harlem.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about growing up in Harlem. Like, what era of Harlem? Are you Mason Cam era of Harlem, Max B era of Harlem, or ASAP Rocky era of Harlem? Which one? I'm saying, you don't gotta put your
like
foot in.
You like the ASAP, you know what I mean? Cam, that's like...
That's that's kind of old, you know what I'm saying?
Like 50,
yeah.
So shout out to Cam,
so you from the ASAP era of Harlem, you would say?
I'm from Harlem, man. I mean,
just
like,
Harlem.
Just Harlem, you know what I mean? But I would say Harlem is just about hustle, right? Like having, you know, you gotta get some money.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get some money. You know what I mean? We in Manhattan, money making. Everything moving fast paced. So I would say growing up, it was almost like if you ain't had no paper, motherfuckers clowning you. I mean, it was so ill, we had to put our fucking white tees in the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Nah, for real. For real, that was like like back in the day, like growing up, you know what I mean? Like, if like, let's say that you got a nice pair, you know what I mean? Well, out here, it would probably be New Balance, right? So you got a nice pair of MBs on. We had the Uptowns. So if you get the Uptowns, you get one little... Shit is gone. Gone.
You say New Balance, but he was a phone positive nigga though.
Oh yeah, but I know out here it's like the New Balance in the phone.
Yeah,
the gray New Balance,
yeah.
right? It's the gray New Balance.
Gray
joints. Yeah, that's a fact. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand some things.
You want to say that?
Nah, hey man, I'm just enjoying the vibes. Y'all know Riverdale Day, 30 years in the making. You hear me? We've been doing this since we was children. We always invite guests out. It's become more like a reunion, family, friends. A lot of outside guests come. We just free food, free drinks, show love. I just enjoying the day, man. Appreciate it.
And I love the fact that he was saying like how, early on, some of your constituents was at odds,
Yeah.
and everybody was able to get on a better page.
100%.
And that's what growth and maturity is about. And I think a lot of times we miss out on great partnerships, great collaborations because of whatever issues that we have. So I'm always pleased when I see brothers like bury the hatchet and move forward and build.
Beefing costs money, man.
Yeah,
you
sure.
gonna make them, lives.
Yeah,
You got anything,
and
Fondies?
Well, how long have you been doing what it is that you do?
Oh man, I would say I would say like since 2021, because none of this like as you say, man may plot, but the law is the best planner.
Yeah.
So God will have a plan for you that you don't even know you got a plan. So I'm heavy on just at the time, music and rapping, and I'm driving through Harlem, and I see a bunch of cameras in the barbershop. So I just, what the fuck is this? I'm being nosy. So I walk in, abruptly interrupt the podcast. I didn't even know about podcasts. I wasn't even, what I mean? But I knew Matt Hoffa, we were friends. So that he was filming. I didn't know his podcast was a big podcast, and they had a conversation. I can't remember the conversation, but it hit home, and I said something. And he's like, "Yo, you want to put a mic on?" I'm like, "Yo, fuck it, come on." And then people in the comments, it was like crazy. It was like 70,000 comments. It's like, "Yo, who's this guy, man? Bring him back on." And then my man was like, "Yo, you want to come back on?" I was like, "Yeah." And then the very next episode we did broke the internet, went viral. That shit was just. And then from there, to answer your question, from there it was just like, I've been talking the way I'm talking for years.
Yeah.
Right? But I think God is like moving my messaging points at a higher level, because I think we are, as a whole, as a people, in need of inspiration, motivation, and just the confidence and mindset to capitalize off of all the opportunities around us.
Yes.
Right? And so I would say I've been doing it for a couple years now, and I want to get more focused. I want to get more knowledgeable. I want to, because I see nothing but opportunity for us, right? And we built this country, right? We built this, right? So when we look at parks, we look at, this is all land that was taken from us, right? So I think it's important to, like, doing events like this and having these type of conversations and being knowledgeable of like land and ownership, right? And moving forward, what does the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years look like for us? And I'm passionate about that, and that's my life's work right now.
Did something pivotal happen to you that made you want to push your message the way? Because you visit, the youth. I see that you're doing your
Yeah, for sure. Speaking to schools.
You've always been, like, confident and very positive, and you give a different way of thinking with, different situations.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I just wondered, like, what made him want to just get out there and
Well, the thing about
share
it is,
the message with everyone the way that he does?
no, for sure. I mean, but when you meet the devil, you meet God at the same time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I wasn't always like this person, right? I was like heavy in the streets, and I had a lot of fucked up shit I was into, you know what I mean? And I was asking God, like, yo, multiple times I could have lost my life. And I was asking God, man, don't let me die like this. If you just spare me. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers start hoping and wishing and, what I mean? Praying when shit hit the fan. And, God spared me, and I'm just fulfilling, my end of the bargain, right? And I said, if you spare me and you don't let me, you know what I mean, die like this, right? I'll be able to, I'm gonna tell more people about you. I'm gonna try to add value, because I was very destructive because of my trauma, having a drug addicted mother, my mother, smoking crack, not having my father, right? My mother got different men in the house every single day, and they beating on me. I'm fighting grown men every day. You know what I mean? So I grew up with a lot of rage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then when you're in an environment, you're in a neighborhood where the guy next door is dealing with the same thing, right? And then you guys are clashing,
Yes.
right? And then somebody's not here no more, right? And then because somebody's not here no more, who they cool with, now they got issue, right? And it's just a never-ending loop,
Yes.
right? So Yeah, I would say like for me, I had hit rock bottom, and I wasn't strong enough to beat the devil, right? And I thought I was, cause like you grew up in the hood, like it's about being tough. Like, okay, fuck all that. We outside. I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a, it could be 30 on 1, 300 on. I don't give a fuck. I was Leonidas before I even knew about the movie Sparta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't give a fuck. That's just who I was, right? And it's very humbling when you're in the presence of the devil, because no matter what strength you felt you had on this concrete and that spiritual realm, you nothing. Nothing, right? Like, nothing without God, without God's grace, without God's protection, without God's revelations, right? So it was just like, yo, like, as strong as I was outside of this realm, it was like scary for me, right? And God spared me. So I think that was the turning point, and especially being in prison, right, where I had to embrace violence, right? Like, you in prison, you gonna either be with it or not. I'm not with nothing.
Fight or
saying,
flight.
like, I'm not with nothing. That's just me. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If I go, I'm going with my nuts hanging. That's just been me. You know what I mean? So being in jail, being in prison, and having to be in them situations where you like, yo, you cutting people. I got stabbed in the head. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through mad shit, and you're not. It's like you feel like you're giving up at a certain point, right? Like, I gave up. When I say I gave up, it was like I gave up on any form of optimism. Like, I didn't believe like my life was gonna be better. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And God kind of just intervened. And that was like, oh, okay.
And you listened.
Listen, when God told you, ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no choice. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
So I'll say this: what your I kind of resonate with your story when you talk about your relationship with your mother.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I never had a great relationship with my mother. My mother was a drug addict as well.
Right.
But it was different on my mother's side of the family. Her siblings, her brother, her sister, my grandmother, they was addicted to crack. My mother was addicted to cocaine, powder cocaine. But my mother, I feel like some people just not meant to be parents. You know what I'm saying? Like how people get a background check, like to get a job or get their license. I feel like they should get parental license, because some people are just not equipped. You know, my mother really is not an empathetic person, not a really nurturing person. And I feel like I would say my mother was the first girl to break my heart. You know what I'm saying? And it affected me how I approach women and seeing women. Just seeing even some of my friends, I was just like, dang, your mom showed up to your event or your mom showed up to your thing. How did that affect you growing up as far as you're dealing with women and dating around? And I remember you saying, like, to this day, do you forgive her? Do you have like, because now I'm more of an empathetic state, man. Like, you know, she could, you know, it's a sickness, it's a disease.
Well, for me, I always advocate for the victim to not be liable for the actions of the victimizer.
Right.
Fuck you. It ain't. You know what I mean? It ain't my fault you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And so I have a concept of forgiveness. The feelings I feel for you, I'm giving it back. It's for you. I forgive you. It's feelings I feel for you, I'm giving it back. And I'm letting go. Right? I feel nothing towards it at all. Right? And see, a lot of times with men that have maybe not the best relationship with their mom, you tend to search for love in the women that you never got from your mother. And you're placing a unreasonable burden on the shoulders of the women that you interact with, and they're gonna break under that pressure, because you're holding them responsible for a position that they're not supposed to fulfill. So over time, I had to learn to stop having those insurmountable or unreachable expectations on the women that I dealt with, right? And I had to learn to first love myself. When I learned to love myself, then I was able to have better relations with the women in my life. And then through those better relations, I came into the awareness that there's a difference between a mother's love and a woman's love, right? Yeah. It's different, just as powerful, right? It's just as powerful, but it's different. And when I separated the two, I was able to enjoy the latter, which was the woman's love, right? In spite of not having a mother's love, right? And understanding that I can receive the empathy, the nurturing, the patience, the wisdom, the balance from a woman, right? And not expect to have that maternal love from a woman that I'm dealing with, intimately, right? Yeah.
And then it's a funny fact. You say that you put an unrealistic expectation on the woman. Also, some women will know that and exploit that, knowing you didn't get that. Meaning, like, okay, I see he needs to be loved, but their intent is not as good. It's almost like they know you've been through some stuff, so you kind of use that in a manipulative way to, I guess, like, for example, they'll probably do things for you that's nice, try to love bomb you and things of that nature, but they're not doing it from a generous place. They're doing it from an exploitive place.
Yeah, because it's conditional. But those are women who lack knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? Because if you're doing that, then you're not getting the best version of that man.
No.
And essentially, you're just wasting time, right? If you have a man that's good enough for you to do things for, it should be that same man should be good enough for you to project wisdom into him, right? And help him on that journey of the healing process. See, but a lot of times we're not taught our roles in relationships because we're really dealing with white supremacy. We're dealing with a system that's designed to destroy us in every fucking area: family, economics, business, real estate, programming, whatever, right? So a woman's role, what's a woman's role? Wisdom and balance, right? If she doesn't understand that, well, how does the woman apply her wisdom, right? Well, you're telling that man, right? You're having a conversation with that man that he has to go to God, right? What's a man's role? Protector, provider, maintainer. But because a lot of people say, yo, you don't provide, you don't provide, you don't provide, you ain't the man of the house. Well, because that man is without a relationship with God. And if he doesn't have the proper, adequate relationship with God, he doesn't receive provision. So God gives every man provision, and through that provision, you're able to be a provider. So we get the expectation of provider placed on us without the wisdom and information on how to acquire the provision from God so I can be the provider that you expect and hold me accountable to be or not be, right? And then a woman's role also is to be the multiplier and the protector of the finances, right? But everybody's talking scamming ass nigga, right? But it ain't right. But it's not meant for us to just throw money at you, right? When we put the money into you, you supposed to multiply it and spit it back at us. Pause, right? So a woman's role is the protector of the finances and the multiplier of the finances. The woman's role is also the nutritionist, right? You know, this is why you cook, right? But if you don't understand nutrition, right? Really understand, right? Then you're not properly creating a balanced diet for the family. And now, as a man, I'm not even healthy enough to protect you. Everything is intertwined, right? So we're not taught these things. Also, a woman's role is to be submissive, right? But when we think submissive, we think some freaky sexual shit, some dominant thing. When submission means for you to be in agreement. Yes. You have to be in agreement with my leadership and provided that my leadership is coming from God. So I get revelations from God for leadership. You get revelations from God for submission, which is to be in agreement. So God tells me what to do. God tells you to follow what I'm telling you to do that benefits both of us, but it's coming from the Creator, right? And so when we understand these things, then it makes the relationship better. Like now she has that wisdom, so she's not going to exploit your abandonment issues. She's not going to exploit your failed relationship with your mom. She's going to identify the hurt, identify the trauma, identify the suffering. And then she's going to apply, which is what I call the second phase of love, which is unconditional. Because you have the power to heal those wounds that's on that man, right? But it can't be conditional or manipulative healing, or you're weaponizing healing to control this man and keep him in a subservient position. And I'm gonna say this last point about that, right? So the three phases of love. The first phase of love is informative. Because as a woman, you have to inform this man that he has to go to God for provision, right? You're using your wisdom to inform him. You're having conversations, right? The second phase of love is unconditional love, right? So a lot of our women are so brainwashed. You gotta love me like you love Jesus. Love me like you love Jesus. Love the man or the men in your life like you love Jesus. Sisters be going to church on Sunday. Oh, Jesus is my boyfriend. You ain't see that motherfucking sense. I mean, but you don't treat him like a deadbeat daddy. You done took your baby daddy to child support. You did all this shit. But Jesus, you ain't seen Jesus since when?
Since.
If you ain't got no issue with him, he good. You know what I mean? He ain't even fucking you. He ain't give you no dick. He ain't give you no check. He ain't buy you no bag. But you got all this energy for me, right? So what I'm saying is our sisters have to understand unconditional love, and you have to weaponize the unconditional love, right? Meaning you're gonna give that man unconditional love long enough for him to develop the habits from applying the informative love that you gave him. Meaning the first phase of love, you informed him to go to God, but he need time because it's gonna be uncomfortable for us because we've been conditioned not to go to God. We've been conditioned that the white man is God, we niggas, and you over me. It's just weird shit. So we need a period of time to break the slave consciousness, to break those old habits, right? Develop new habits. Now, when you're giving that man that probational period, right, with the unconditional love, like he can do no wrong. You're being nice, you're being feminine, you don't give a fuck. Even if he's fucking up, you're gonna give him enough time to do trial and error.
Right.
Right, yes. And through that unconditional love, you're gonna have a reformed, refined, better man with a better relationship with God. Then the last phase of love is tough love, which is accountability. But accountability should feel like a collaboration, not a confrontation, right? Meaning you're a lot of times, oh my God, you did this, motherfucker, we beat up enough, right? So yes, men should be held accountable, but what's the intentions and the reason for the accountability? Right? Is it abuse? Is it verbal abuse? We deal with so much verbal abuse from our women. It's not even fucking funny. Right? So, so this is why it's important. And when you got a sister who knows who she is, knows God, because a lot of sisters want to lead with this God shit, but God told you to respect, value, and follow me. The black man is the closest thing to Jesus you ever gonna see. Right? But you gonna read in the Bible he had hair like wool. Well, you see the wool on his fucking head, you ain't getting in line. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So look, I got a quick question. What's your take on the youth about and the state of them being so emotional and reacting with violence? And it's so normal now. It's like the kids don't mind going to prison. It's like it's very normal in this day and age.
Well, it's ill because like I said earlier, we dealing with white supremacy, right? So the whole purpose is to preserve the white race. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose. White supremacy, you know what I'm saying? So back in the day, they used crack, break down the hoods. They used dope. I mean, then they was using syrup. I mean, they was using prescription pills. Then they use music, movies. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, yeah. Right? So boom, right? They use all these things. Now they're using marijuana because they put synthetic prescription drugs in the marijuana. It's crystal meth, crack, uppers, downers, experimental drugs that make you more aggressive, prone to schizophrenia, bipolarism. You know what I'm saying? So these kids is on a program. You heard? Now, that's why I always talk about cognitive behavioral therapy.
CBT.
Thoughts, feelings, behaviors. You think, you feel, you do. However, what you see and what you hear can influence how you think. This is mind control, right? So they put chemicals in the drugs, in the weed, that's activated by the music and content that you hear. And then that combination, that cocktail, creates a reaction, an aggressive one.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what's happening. It's not in our nature to hate each other. It's not in our nature to be violent. We're not a violent people. Despite how much violence you see us display towards each other, it's not in our nature. It's being conditioned into us by these white motherfuckers to kill each other. So that's what's going on. Right? That's why they got drill music. It's what they got, right? Like it's literally drill music. And drill means kill. Right? So that's the thing, right? Like they make music about killing each other. We need make some music about killing some Chinese people. Make some music about killing some white people. Right. You know what I mean?
They won't do that.
Now I was outside, I'm shooting whoever. I ain't got no pics. You know what I mean? And if you was white, I'm on your head, just cuz. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is to maintain white supremacy. Because we not the minority, we the majority. So if we killing each other, they got nothing to worry about.
It's working.
Yeah.
So when you talking about emotional intelligence, we was talking about that. How long did it take for you to develop emotional intelligence? Did you learn through trial and error?
Everything, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, there's no blueprint on this shit for us. And the blueprint that was put in place, they got rid of. So we learned through trial and error, but see, Allah gonna choose who He decides to choose to wake up, right? So for me, it was trial and error. But I got to that point where I wanted to do better. I wanted to learn more, and then shit started shifting. You know what I mean?
Right. So we talking about certain things, current events, what's going on in the current news with the situation with the Asian store your owner and
Wait, hold on. Let me stay on that topic for a second, right? Boom. So it's thoughts, feelings, behaviors. You think, you feel, you do. What you see, what you hear, influences how you think. Now the ill shit about thoughts is our thoughts produce chemicals in our bodies, right? So dopamines, adrenaline, cortisol, right? Things that make you feel a way. Now, I don't know nobody on this bench that gotta take a shit really bad that's gonna be able to sit on this bench and not take a shit. You gotta take a shit. You gotta take a shit really bad. I'm talking about you and shit. You got knots in your stomach.
Go.
Yo, like, and pause. No diddy. A little bit of the shit come out.
Yeah. It's just shit can feel the toilet getting closer. If you trying to hold it, that shit start getting weaker.
Right? So you gonna move. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now imagine the same thing. So you got that feeling and you gotta take the behavior using the bathroom. So these thoughts that we think produce chemicals so strong within our bodies that it creates actions of aggression, actions of procrastination, actions of violence, depression, suicide, murder, right? So this is why it's important for us to understand cognitive behavioral therapy, neuroscience, biology, how our mind works, how our brain works, how these chemicals that we consume every day affects us, and how it creates a behavior in us. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, and none of that's possible without knowing God. Because once you know God, you on a different frequency. You got a different level of protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
So when you say that, I studied something called Stoicism. With Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
What I learned that you feel your emotions, but you don't succumb to them.
Yeah.
And you acknowledge your emotions, you acknowledge they're there, because for when I learned to try to, every time I gave into my emotions, the outcome never was in my favor.
See, but look, it's been that teaching us, right? All right, look, we talk some street shit, right?
Right.
If you selling dope, right?
Right.
And you ever see a fiend get dope sick?
Right.
Bro, if he trying to kick the habit, what they gotta do? They gotta chain him to the bed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they be fucked up.
I mean, he dope, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens is every thought you think produces a chemical associated with it. So you go through withdrawal when you try to start thinking different thoughts.
Right.
Because the chemicals that your body produces while thinking negative, they in conflict with the chemicals your body produces when you start to think positive.
Right.
So you thinking good but you feeling bad. You trying to do good but you feeling fucked up.
Right.
And so when you relapse, you go back into the old behavior. You succumb to the chemicals that make you feel good when you're doing bad.
Right.
So you can't change. And then the music, the movies, the media, everything you see is reinforcing those same, So now, but you got the feeling associated with the bullshit that feels good. So it's no incentive for you to change.
Right.
And so that's why I use a fiend being dope sick, because it hurts.
Right.
It hurts the fiend to go through that period of healing and getting clean. You heard?
Yeah,
So if we don't have an understanding of acute withdrawal and protracted withdrawal. So acute withdrawal can be anywhere from a couple weeks to 7 months. Protracted withdrawal can be 7 years to 10 years. If it's not being addressed. So you trying to change, but you dealing with these chemicals that's holding you hostage. And you don't have the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge of how this works. So you really can't change even though you want to change. And then you being held accountable for being dope sick. Right? You being held accountable for being dope sick, but I need to be chained to a bed to kick this habit of being a nigga.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some real shit. Funnies, you got anything funnies?
Do you think that emotional intelligence that you have,
Yep.
do you think that's something that's naturally in us, or we have to learn it?
You gotta learn it.
You have to actively learn it.
You gotta learn it.
Daily.
Cause you can't, cause again, when we talking about, hold on, shot a note, right? My bad. My bad. Right, boom. So, right, right, boom. So we talk emotional intelligence, right? The ability to understand and manage our emotions without crashing out, right? We can't conquer emotional intelligence without understanding cognitive behavioral therapy.
Right.
So if we don't know what creates the emotions, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, but also repels things away from you. So you can't have emotional intelligence unless you understand how your emotions are created, right? Through the thoughts that you think.
And how to compartmentalize.
Right. And if you're unaware that what you see and what you hear creates how you think, and those thoughts create the emotions, if you don't understand that, you're never gonna make any changes, right? So we can't. That's why I said you're being held accountable for being dope sick. That's like a fiend going to a drug program saying, I'm trying to kick the habit of dope, and they don't chain that motherfucker to no bed. And then they get mad when he go run and put a needle in his arm.
Another drug.
And go and put him in jail for being a junkie.
Yeah.
That's what the white men do to us.
So
They
it's like-
rob us of a knowledge of how to heal and hold us accountable for being broken.
That's real.
Right? So this is not something that we can't leave to chance. We have to be interested in neuroscience, psychology, right? Cognitive behavioral therapy, how our minds works, how these emotions create actions. Because how can I be emotional and intelligent if the emotions I feel creates a pain that only subsides when I take a violent action to help suppress the pain?
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm high or if I'm drinking and I'm drunk and I wanna crash out, how do you expect me not to crash out if I don't understand how this works? So it's thoughts, feelings, behaviors. You think, you feel, you do. So we can't leave it to chance anymore. And why would we? We don't have to.
So what about as far as when the box? So let's bring it to the boxing.
Yeah.
When did you start fighting and start boxing? And then how did that help you with your
I've been fighting
discipline?
my whole life, man.
Yeah.
Tell you so my mom's getting high. So she got every other week you got a new man in the house.
Right.
And you got the nerve to point to him like he the man of the house.
Right.
And then you all want me to call him dad.
Right.
That was my life, right?
Yeah.
So every week it's a new nigga in the crib. And he trying to treat me like I'm his son. You ain't my daddy, nigga. Back the fuck up.
Right.
What you talking about? You know what I mean? So now he trying to beat on me. I'm fighting him, right? So that's where it started at.
Sounds like
Then being
Trinidad.
in the system, being in group homes. You know what I'm saying? In a group home, is one room, 4 beds in that one room. You know what I'm saying? We fighting over everything.
Right.
Buttercrunch cookies. First time I got punched in the eyes over a cookie, man.
But of course, cookies.
Can't
They
get my
crazy
cookie, man.
though.
Pull, you know what I'm saying?
They crazy.
That's a fact.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I
we
mean,
talking about the situation with the Asian store owner and the young man who lost his life.
right.
What's your thoughts on that? Like as far as like this seems like a repetitive thing that happened before. Like it's almost deja vu. Like here we go again.
Right.
As far as that goes, what do you think should our response should be collectively dealing with situations like that?
Right. Well, I think I had a note on it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first thing is small business development. Right? Small business development and institution development. Like we have to create the same stores that the Asians have in the hood. We have to create them same stores. We need our own Chinese restaurant. It shouldn't be called Chinese. We need an African restaurant.
Shout out to the Deli Boys in Harlem too. I love
Yeah, it's
Deli
my
Boys.
brother, Cobra.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that's when I saw that video, it was like, okay, we have to create our own corner stores, grocery stores, so we're not relying on Asians, Indian motherfuckers to do for us what we need to do for us.
Right.
And then the second thing is we have to create our own security and police in the hood. right? Now, it's a general rule anywhere you go. I don't give a fuck. Anywhere you go, any ghetto you go in America, if you violate, we're going to pack you up. Right?
It's a universal law.
But we don't pack up people that don't look like us. We only pack up people that look like us.
Yeah.
So our response has to be violence.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Right.
Because violence is the only way. White men don't respect nothing but power. And you can't remove power unless you have power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we cool, right? If you punch me in my mouth right now, I'm punching you in your mouth.
Right. It's,
So why when a white man punch me in the mouth,
right.
my knuckles don't work?
Nah.
If you shoot
With
at
that
me,
energy.
I'm shooting at you. So why when the police pull up and they shoot, why you ain't shooting back at police?
Yeah.
I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? So we pick and choose
Yeah.
where we want to execute violence, right? We make all these songs about ops and dissing the dead. Why we ain't, yo, bro, why we ain't run down on that Asian and yo, see, like, only way for us to make our life better is violence against people that don't look like us.
Wait.
People always talk about, it's a race war. We've been in a race war since the fucking beginning. What the fuck? Like, see, when you want freedom, but you don't want to bust your gun to go get it. We wasn't put in bondage with a conversation. We was forced into this shit. Right? So how the fuck you call yourself a man and they killing babies? How we call ourselves men but we sitting back and these white motherfuckers is running shit? We keep saying someday and the white man said Monday. We keep saying someday. I'm tired. I'm not gonna be 80 years old. And see, in order to have this level of confidence, you gotta know God. If you don't know God, then you're gonna be a coward. You're gonna be afraid of a man. Expiration, destination, and transportation. Expiration, right? The day I'm to die was already written before I even was born. Man does not control my expiration date.
Right.
You heard? That's the science of being fearless. I learned that from my man. Look, it was a straight killer in my hood growing up, right? And he taught me this concept. And I used to always see him like, yo, man, why you ain't never? He said, man, when I'ma die, I'ma die.
Nah, that's a fact.
So until I die, I'ma what? I'ma live.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially if you had a near-death experience.
That's expiration, right? Now, destination. Where you go when you die. Heaven and hell. Allah controls that. Man no control the destination of your soul when you die. Man no control the expiration of your soul when you go. But God gives him access to the transportation. So what he does, what the white man does, the white man promotes his ability for the transportation, right? Like I shot Martin Luther King, but you only shot him on the day he was supposed to go.
Wait.
So when you understand that, you don't live in fear.
It is what it is.
Right? So our men, black men, we need to understand expiration, transportation, and destination. And when we understand that, we can stop being cowards and stop running from some shit we need to be running through and running over.
Yeah. Let me say one thing too, and
Stocks, you can join me on this one.
so you being from New York.
Look at these brothers out here. Yo, brother, yo, Slim. Yo.
I'm right here. They don't know. They don't. My little nephew know though.
Yeah. Hey, pull over quick, man. Come on, pull over quick, man. Pull over quick, man. You want to join, man? You want to join, man?
Yeah, bring him on.
Nah, come on, man. You black, man. We in the building, man. Come on the camera, man. Prime example. Prime example. So now we got, how many brothers we got right now? You look like a ninja. You know what I mean?
You can say you look like a ninja.
So once we, peace, God. Once we get our brothers to understand transportation, exploration, destination, right? Because on a level we kind of understand it when it comes to us, right? If you really tough, if you tough, you ain't got no picks, right? So whether I'm over here or you in New York, if you disrespect me, I'm gonna treat you like you disrespecting me, no matter where we at. We don't care. Right. So now when we teach our brothers to understand, like, okay, the day we supposed to die is when we die. can't no man speed it up or slow it up. So when we understand that and we connect, we say, okay, look, it's wartime. It's wartime. We taking this shit. Fuck that. I done did it. I done robbed spots. I done had motherfuckers duct tape on the floor. I done did that. So why we can't say, you know what, yo, this park, we want this land. We want this land. We want this land. And then we have brothers together like this. We gotta pick the crop, like, you know, basketball when you playing in the court, 5-on-5. Yo, let me get him. Yeah. Who the brothers that strong? Because once you got strength, now all you need is knowledge yourself. Because through that knowledge yourself, you activate the God in you. See? And then it's attack. This our shit. This our country. We built this, right?
So why not?
Why not? Why not say Monday? See, I said the white man said Monday and the black man said someday. So why not the black man today start saying Monday? All right, next Monday we taking this block. We getting this building. That gotta be the movement. And then when you got that vibration of not being afraid and not having that fear, then you conquer and dominate, God.
So I want to say that's a great point. And I want to allude to this because a few years ago I had Sean Branch on my podcast.
Yeah.
So Sean Branch, it's this myth that New York and DC don't get along. And, you know, cause past shit, street shit.
That's bullshit. Fuck Poe.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
You said
like,
fuck Poe. You said fuck Poe. Sean Branch sold the same way on my platform, but I want to debunk this because I go to New York. They know I'm in New York at least 3 times a month.
Right.
And New York niggas love us, and niggas down here got love for you. And I think that's the thing we got to start, like, kind of debunking these myths of, like, because of certain incidents of certain people had issues, meaning we all have issues. Like you said how you felt about Poe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
because if you real, because listen, being real, it ain't where you from, homie.
Right.
If you a rat, you a rat. If you disloyal, you disloyal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you go to prison, you could know somebody your whole life, right? And they fold. And you meet somebody in 15 minutes, they ready to die for you.
Right.
I got stabbed in the head in jail. It was a dude I just met.
Yeah.
Gave me a knife. All right, let's go. Dude I knew my whole life, was scared to death, turned on me.
Right.
You heard? It ain't about where you from. It's about this. It's about the heart. It's about the spirit. About the soul of the man.
Right.
All the other shit is bullshit. That's just makeup. We don't. I mean,
Right.
we don't subscribe to that.
Right.
Honor is honor, and dishonor is dishonor wherever you go, bro.
Yeah.
So when you carry yourself with honor, you good. You dishonorable, then you not good. That's just how it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man respect man.
Feel me?
Man respect man.
A lot of these people.
Yeah.
No, that's what it's all about. And I the reason I say this too, because what he's talking about New York and Harlem, I'm from Landover. And I was like, back in the day, Riverdale and Landover didn't always see eye to eye.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact that we here, you know what I'm saying, with my homie, you know what I'm saying, Stacks. And I recently, because when I had a near-death experience, and after my near-death experience, he was the first platform I came on and talked to, right? You know what I'm saying? Talked about my experience. And so now I got my man Smart here. The first thing I said, hey, bro, this is me giving back to you. Didn't I say that? I said, this is me giving back to you. You looked out for me. I'm going to look out for you. And I think, like you said, you got to pick out the mindset because everybody can't come along.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, remember, what the white man did was, the white man is not the majority. He the minority. You heard? We the majority.
Right.
But he gets us to focus on nationalities and territory as opposed to a single ethnicity.
Right.
When you see a Chinese motherfucker, the Chinese motherfucker ain't saying, yo, konnichiwa, ha-ya-ya, I'm from Baltimore. Konnichiwa, ha-da-da, I'm from DC. Konnichiwa, ha. No, I'm Chinese.
Yeah. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But with us, they separate us, you heard?
Yeah.
Because if they separate us, then we don't got the power to be like, hold up, it's more of us than y'all. So how y'all getting billions of dollars and we in the hood fucked up? We need to form like motherfucking Voltron and kick your ass.
No.
It ain't about DC, Baltimore, Maryland, New York. It's about black versus white. That's it.
Yeah.
Us versus them, and fuck them. If you ain't got no chocolate in you, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck the Chinese man, fuck the Indian man, fuck them fake ass Jewish motherfuckers too. Fuck them all. I'm saying it's about us, man, and it's in our nature. See, who we are as a people, bro. We love each other, bro. We always been that way. Who we are as a nature, we a good people, bro. So now we start having these conversations like, all right, well, how do we get majority of the property over here? How do we get the land and get our own shit? And if you ain't giving it to us, we're gonna go war about it.
Right.
That's it. And then the more you have conversations like this and you start educating the brothers on exploration,
Right.
destination, transportation.
Right.
Because when you know about death, you ain't afraid to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the key point right there.
Shit. Yeah.
It's on that same
Yeah, and then you incentivize it, right? You incentivize it and say, okay, look, man, if how much money Elon Musk made, how much money Donald Trump made. That's like, look, you can't, these motherfuckers making all this money and they're not even built to protect this money if we really go after that money.
Right. Okay.
Huh? You see me? It's like a motherfucking bully that ain't never been punched in their shit. Right? We gonna test your jaw, Slim. You 6'5". Yeah. All right, bro, I'm popping your, I don't give a fuck, I'm swinging. We gonna none of that. We gonna figure this out, bro. I mean, we keep letting these crackers, these white motherfuckers go untested, unchecked, word? You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that Asian shit, I felt some type of way. So I'm like, yo, bro,
Here
like,
we go again.
how you let this kid go out, like go bad like that, and then the parents crying in the courtroom?
Right.
I'm not crying in the courtroom. Thank God it wasn't my brother. I'd have shot that dude broad day, fuck it. I mean, we gotta start having that crash out energy for other cultures, not just for our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whoa.
Redirect that energy.
You want to say something, Fanice?
Yeah. Whoa.
I think I asked y'all the question if I wanted to ask. I'm happy that you're here.
Oh, Phil, appreciate you.
Appreciate the knowledge and the gems.
It's a fact. Hold on. One of the things that helped me like transition was having knowledge itself and the contributions of our people to the planet, right? So one of the things that we did was we created the original writing systems, hieroglyphics, capturing history, religion, and culture. Would have never been recorded without these early systems, right? So like books and shit like that, we invented like how people, how I'm holding this book, right? Also, paper. We created the first form of paper. This is what we created. Next thing is architecture and engineering. We are the reason for houses, buildings, and the systems for their development. So the reason you see houses and like that came from us, right? Through architecture and engineering, right? We also invented math. The black woman invented math, right? We also developed surgical procedures, treatment from wounds, and knowledge of the human body through mummification. We invented the concept that currently is being used for hospital. So when you see a hospital, right, like a hospital, that came from us. The Egyptians taught the Greeks medicine, right? So we are the fathers of civilization. So the more I started learning about our contributions, it gave me a more confident approach to what I'm doing and a disdain for people that's not like us, right? Next thing is we created the calendar system. That was one of the main purposes was to help organize agriculture and farming. That's why we created like signs and the calendar, zodiac and all that. We created all that shit. Next thing is we built ships and developed navigation systems for trade and transportation. We're the most advanced, influential civilization in human history. So the more and more I started to study and be privy to our people's, our ancestors' contributions to this planet, it gave me a different confidence. And evolution makes things better. So if we did that so far ago, imagine what we can do now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just run through this real quick, right? And everybody else is basically enjoying our creations.
Right.
Monetize it. They enjoying what, like everything you see on this planet moving, we created.
Right.
These motherfuckers is enjoying what we created, and we're not benefiting from.
Capitalizing off of it.
Right. So I think the last point I want to make is, in order for us to benefit from it, we have to have knowledge itself, knowledge of contributions. We have to have expeditious execution with an unconditional commitment, right, to building. And it's that we can't just rely on Sony. We gotta you in the camera field, right? So we gotta figure out, well, how do we make a camera, right? If we took that camera apart and looked at all the pieces, right? Because as kids, we used to do that. We take shit apart, put it back together, right? How do we build a Sony camera? How do we start building the technology that we use consuming to create with?
Right.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
What about? Let's talk about your upcoming match, man.
Yeah,
Your
August
fight.
22nd.
Where's it at?
I'm fighting in LA, the Santa Monica Piers at the Butterfly Brawl.
All right. How you feel about it? What's your mind state?
I'm tapped in, man. I'm in camp now. I'm tapped in. That's why OG was like, "Yo," I'm like, I'm like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm in kill mode right now.
Is this your first professional fight?
Yeah, it's my pro debut.
Pro debut, okay.
Hell yeah.
And so
It's gonna be. I'm knocking out all my sparring partners. I've been punching on shit in the gym. August 22nd, flatline.
So if we can't watch it, you know what I'm saying, it's in LA, you were saying.
So we're gonna be Magic Johnson Theater. We're gonna be showing the fight at the Magic Johnson Theater.
That's in Harlem. Not
Yep,
the Magic Johnson Theater, the Boulevard, y'all. Magic Johnson Theater in Harlem, y'all.
Yeah. It's gonna be pay-per-view. You can see the pay-per-view if you can't attend in person.
Okay.
If you can't attend the physical, you're gonna be able to see the digital.
Okay. But look, I want to thank you, man. This was a great interview. It's different. Like I said, we usually do it in the art gallery. Shout out to my man, yada yada. But we had to improvise, and you're a man of your word, man. And I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't get it Thursday, but we got it today, and it's special because, like, I hit Floyd. Was like, I mean, not Floyd Stacks. I was Stacks. I was like, man, look.
No, because the last minute, because you ain't send me the address.
Yeah.
So he was like, yo,
I'm
thinking it was a 3-hour drive. You know what I mean?
Shit was like 6 hours.
6 hours. I said, nah, hold
and then
on.
I'm up there for the fucking parade, and we coming back. I mean, that whole day was just crazy. My cameraman was with me. That whole day was just, everything was going. But like you said, when you trust it, you be calm and just chill. And then Stacks was supposed to come that day too, but he was like, he doing a cookout. And I was like, yo, why won't we just bring him to the cookout and do it? Like, show unification and everything, man. So, anything you want to shout out besides your fight or anything you got going?
Nah, definitely. We need to do a part 2. My man got a podcast studio in New York. So
I'll pull up there. I'm always up there, man.
I want to set up we gotta do a part 2 to this.
Okay.
So I want to have it in a different setting. I like the outside vibe.
Yeah,
I definitely want to
Shout out to my man DWI too, man. The Matrix, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Sheik, you know what I'm saying? My man David Lopez up there in New York, all my New York homies. I love y'all, man, and everything, man. So
and last thing I want to say is, man, look, man, only think about what you want, forget about what you don't want, never speak about what you don't have. How you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you.
Peace.
Peace.
Out, y'all. Dichotomy Podcast.